Hi, I'm Peggy McColl, New York Times bestselling author and prosperity mentor, and the creator of the brand new program called The Money Marathon. You can check it out at themoneymarathon.com. This session, here's what I'm going to guide you through. If you've ever felt doubt, worry, fear, we're going to focus on those three for this session, whether it was in regard to health, relationships, or money. Health, relationships, or money. Listen up, because I want to give you some guidance on how to switch away from doubt, worry, fear, so that you're feeling calm, relaxed, and have faith. Now, there can be a wide difference between those emotions, a wide difference. But here's what I want you to understand. When you're feeling worried, doubtful, or fearful, that is a destructive mode. Yes, it might be warranted. Yes, you may have very, very good reason for that. I am not saying that you don't. I understand it. I've been there. I've experienced it. Every human being on the planet experiences those emotions at some point or another. Now, some people are experiencing doubt, worry, and fear every single day, and that's the way they go about their life. But you know something? Life does not have to be like that. And you may have heard that before, but let's talk about how do you get out of those negative emotions? And essentially, what you're doing is you're switching the emotions. You're moving from a negative emotion to a positive emotion. And I know how all consuming those negative emotions can be, and how one thought can definitely lead to another as far as negativity is concerned. But the truth is, it can work in the opposite way as well. In other words, a good thought could lead to another good thought. That could lead to another good thought. That could lead to an even better thought. So let's go through a process right now of what you can do immediately so that you can get yourself out of those doubt, worry, fearful feelings and over into calm, relaxed, and faith. All right, here's what you do. The first thing that you do is you become aware of the emotion. You simply notice that it's there. Now, what I would suggest that you do is notice that it's there from an observer point of view. Because if you're observing something going on, you're standing outside of it. Think about this. If you've ever observed a friend or a family member going through a challenging situation, you could say to them, "Oh, I can understand how that must feel." And you can have some empathy for them, but you're not feeling and fully involved with the emotion in that experience. You're standing at the sideline and you're observing it. So the first thing you do is you notice that the emotion is there and then choose to stand at the sideline and be an observer of it, to simply observe that it's there. And then what you can do is, because that feeling showed up, it's demonstrating that it was in you. I remember years ago hearing Wayne Dyer say the following: if you squeeze an orange and orange juice comes out, it's because it was in there. So if you're feeling squeezed, something's going on in your life, and you're feeling worried or you're feeling doubtful or you're feeling fearful, it's because it was in there. It's a part of who you are. So what do you do with every part of who you are? You love yourself. Love is a wonderful emotion, and what it will do is dissolve the negative energy. So you become aware, you notice that the emotion is there, you choose to stand on the sidelines to observe it, and then you welcome it. Welcome it only because you're noticing that it's there, that it's a part of you. And what's been going on and what is going on is that you're simply choosing, because you're a choice always, you're choosing to believe in something that isn't true. It's not true. You have nothing to be worried about, nothing to be fearful of. I want you to get to the place of focusing on what you would love to experience. So when you wrap your arms around it, and you do this metaphorically, you're not actually, wrapping your arms around anything. It's energy. This is energy. Fear, worry, doubt, it's energy. So what you're doing is you're saying, "Hey, I recognize that energy it came from me. It was a part of who I am. So I'm going to give it some love so it can dissipate, so that it can go away." Now, if you need to do that several times in order to have it dissipate, what you're going to find is the following. Number one, it will dissolve when you give it love. Absolutely will. Number two, it's going to occur less frequently, but you've got to do this. This is a practice that you incorporate. And the third thing is you'll get to a point where you'll start to feel so calm. You're going, I wonder why I'm not feeling worried. Of course, you don't want to go there again, but you're going to notice the change occur within you. But you must be patient with yourself. This is definitely going to take some time. It's going to take some time, but I absolutely do know this, that when you do this, what I'm suggesting, and you do it over and over again, you will condition yourself to feel better. Now, let me give you some other techniques to help you switch away from worry, fear, and doubt over to relax, calm, and faith. And that is to ask yourself some really wonderful questions. And I'm going to give you a couple different examples. Here's one question, and I suggest that you write this down. So here's the question. And by the way, you can modify this question to suit your needs. Okay, so let's use a question, money, all right? Now that I have all the money that I desire, how do I feel? Think about that question for a moment. Now that I have all the money that I desire, how do I feel? Well, when you sincerely answer that question, you're very likely going to say, I feel relaxed. I feel calm. And what you just did by asking yourself that question is you tapped into your imagination. You tapped into your imagination, you connected to a better feeling state, and chose by directing your attention, your focus over to a thought and a feeling that feels better. Simple, right? Now, could you have that question changed to be something like, now that my goal is achieved, how do I feel? Yes. Now that I'm perfectly healthy, how do I feel? Yes, you could do that. Now that I have my love life in order, if you're looking to attract someone into your life, how does that feel? Or now that I've attracted my soulmate into my life and we're happily married, how does that feel? You can modify that question to suit you and your goal any way that you desire. All right. So that's a great question. Here's another great question, one of my favorite questions of all time. So you find yourself feeling worried or feeling fearful or feeling doubt. So you ask yourself this question: what would I love? What would I love? What would I love? What would I love? Of course, what you'd love is for your situation, whatever is you're causing yourself to feel worried or fearful or doubtful about. What you would love is to feel relaxed, knowing that the outcome that you desire is already done. So when you ask yourself, what would I love? The next part of that process is to go to the answer. So what I'd love is to have all the money that I desire to do whatever I want to do. Okay, well, what does that feel like? Ooh, it feels great. It feels wonderful. So listen, please, I want to encourage you to do this. You may find that when you get all wrapped up and all caught up in negative energy of being worried and being fearful and being doubtful, you may have to ask yourself these questions or question multiple times a day. And if so, do it. Do it because I know that in your heart, what you desire is a better solution, right? A better scenario. So you must do the work. I can't do it for you. I can certainly help you. I can guide you. I can mentor you. I can have you in a program where you're going to get the right guidance, but you must do the work. Another suggestion that I have is that you create a recording of positive affirmations. I like to create a power life script, which is a description of my life lived as I choose for it to be. So it's all in present tense. It's only positive words. It definitely talks about how I'm feeling, and I write it out and then I record it and I listen to it. And I listen to it over and over and over again. I keep my little earbuds handy. I have two sets now because I end up burning through the batteries, wear through the batteries of the first set. So I have another set on standby. As a matter of fact, before I did this recording for you, I was listening to mine and I listened to it every day, every day. Why? Because you are either creating or you're destroying every single day. And you're creating or destroying based on what you're thinking and based on what you're feeling. So you want to be directing your attention over to and only on the things that are going to produce the results that you want. Because what you're doing is you're building a belief system within you. And this belief system becomes so strong and so powerful that you know and only know that's your outcome. All right. It's a very, very powerful exercise to do. And then you understand. You see, I have been studying personal transformation for well over 40 years, and I love personal transformation. I love teaching it. I love writing about it. I love guiding my clients with it. Why? Because my life gets better and better every day in every way. And my desire is for you to have your life go better and better every single day. So the final suggestion that I have for you is to get in the study and stay in the study and implement. It's really three parts: get in the study, stay in the study, and implement what you're learning. So in every one of my programs, whether I'm teaching skipping levels, which is for those that truly want a quantum leap, whether I'm working with my clients in that phenomenal program, or whether people are going through the money marathon, I'm giving practical suggestions on what to do and how to implement these ideas in your life, because the study is not enough. The reading of the books is not enough. The watching of the videos is not enough. You must understand and implement. And if you're not implementing, you're never going to get the results. But when people get consumed in worry and fear and doubt, they typically find themselves in a corner, curled up in a ball, not wanting to come out. Now, that may not be the case, and that may not be where you're at in your life. But what I really mean is that people tend to cower away. They cower away when they're feeling all consumed in fear, worry, or doubt. I know, because I've been there myself. I've had the experiences, and it can be very challenging. And I know from past experiences and from personal experience, when you're going through that, it's not necessarily the time that you want to reach out and say, "Hey, friend, have you got any advice on this?" Plus, there's very few people in this world that are actually experiencing the life, the abundance, the happiness, the joy in their life that they desire. There's very few that are actually doing it. Now, I am, and I know it's possible, and I know it's possible for you as well. But without the study, without following through, nothing is ever going to change. Nothing's going to change. You've got to get in the study and stay in the study. This is the reason why I create the books that I create, bring them out to the world. This is why I create programs, bring them out to the world. This is why I do private mentoring and take people by the hand and guide them. This is why I created Skipping Levels. All of it is to help people, because I know from personal experience, if I had never invested in myself, if I had never chose to get involved in the study and work with a mentor, I would not be having this conversation with you here today. I would not. I very likely would have been struggling or suffering. And frankly, when I look back at the way I was and how dark my life felt at the time, I might not even be here today. I really was in a dark place. And from my heart to yours, I want you to know how important it is for you to apply the studies. That's why in all of my teachings, I'm giving practical advice of how to implement. So, what do I suggest that you do now? Watch this again, listen to this again, so that you do follow through with the recommendations that I've made. Because what I'm sharing with you is what I actually do in my life. This is how I transform my life. It's also what I teach my clients that I'm blessed to serve. So please, for your sake, Follow through on what I'm suggesting here today. And definitely share this with others as well. There are other people in the world that are struggling, that are going through challenging times. Share this with others because my desire is to help people. That's why I'm here. So that's a wrap for this video message, this audio message. That's what I wanted to share with you. I want to help you get out of that worry, get out of that fear, get out of that struggle, the doubt, so that you're in a place of relaxation, of calm, and of faith, and producing only the results that you want in your life. So make sure you check out themoneymarathon.com by going to themoneymarathon.com. I'll see you again in another one of our special sessions.